Hello!
My nose itched right there.
It always does.
Welcome
You're
back.
carrying something heavy. Like as soon as you're in the middle, like halfway point between carrying something heavy, that's when your nose starts itching. And you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
And
Hello,
sometimes
my
you
little
can't reach
bean.
over to scratch it on the thing you're carrying. So
Well, welcome back to the very itchy Nerdmageddon, I guess.
Yeah.
that's a bad omen.
We are going back to D&D, so Top Fuzz, take it away.
I'm
Right.
curious, Simon, real fast.
Sure.
Is there an official title for this campaign?
I call it Ireth on Air,
Ireth on Air. Very well.
just because that's the name of the world you guys are in, and we're on air.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh,
on
that's
air?
good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Ireth on Air. Okay, I get it now. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
So, we last left off with a little bit of an interlude.
Oh, I need
You guys sat and talked to Headmaster Crane, who is the headmaster of the college in Karsus. Sorry, I almost said something different. He's the headmaster of the college at Karsus, and he's a divination wizard. So he pretty much knew about you guys 100%, and he kind of knew about stuff that was going to happen to you guys. Kind of triggered Molly's character by talking about some stuff.
Don't talk about
Corbett
that.
out. Yeah, freaked Corbett out by talking to him about the Navarro family,
And
and then wasn't very helpful for Kenzie or Corey. So
I don't need no headmaster.
yeah, you left anyway, so he doesn't care. He's whatever.
Yeah.
all right, I'm ready to be Lily.
There you go.
He's ready to be consumed by her sword.
Yes. I'm not gonna get consumed yet.
We gotta look for Dave, guys.
Says differently. Simon's face of. That's why I said
See,
yes.
now I'm trying.
I said
I'm not at that point yet. I'm trying to focus on like getting like the emotional torment out of you guys first, so you guys are beaten down and worn out to the point where I actually start doing bigger stuff like that, and it messes you guys up.
That's why you need.
Oh, so you mean like halfway through a semester and then a pandemic starts?
Yep, exactly
Okay.
like that.
Is that how you got kicked out of the academy?
No, I left.
Yeah, she left. She left on her own and went
I
and
said,
joined a circus.
Mhm.
Oh, there's
But
a pandemic tearing through the school? Oh no, I'd better leave. What a...
no.
Time to go join the circus.
the exact last thing that you guys left on,
I was telling the cart driver to be gone, to be off. Let's go.
yeah, you were telling Syracuse to head out, and you were taking a nap at that point.
I was
You were
not
sleeping.
asleep. I was just
You weren't.
in the back of the seat, but I was not asleep.
Right. Okay. You guys talked to the spirit or a spirit inside of Kenzie's sword, named Toshiro,
The Tabaxi, yeah.
the Tabaxi savior of Nor. So yeah, that's a big thing that happened. But now you guys are traveling north to the Ashes, and Corey, one thing that you forgot was how big Karsus is. Karsus as a continent is pretty big, but
Yeah.
it's mostly localized around the coastal city.
Australia.
Pretty much. Yep. It's like
Oh,
exactly
it makes sense.
like-
They're Dragonborn too. Crocodiles.
Yes. It is exactly like that. So most of what you guys are traveling through right now is very arid, kind of foresty plains area, not very good for growing food, but people are still small, like little encampments around, very nice, just relaxed farmers and nomads kind of traveling through the northern edge of Karsus.
If you see something that looks like a tiny hammock in the grass, do not go near it.
Go near it.
Then you will die a horrible death.
Syracuse kind of looks back at Corbett and is like, hey, you could take a nap in here, right?
I could, but I won't.
Why not?
I don't trust the shifty one.
Rude.
Here.
Don't
how
worry,
about
I'll
this?
probably fall asleep anyway.
You're
I was
right
about to
trust
say.
me, but you should also probably get some sleep.
I was about to say, if you want, I can keep an eye on you. You can come sit up next to me and you can sleep.
Okay, now I'm gonna very groggily pull myself up and sit down next to him and just.
Oh, look, our boys are bonding.
Yada yada, whatever.
I whisper to laughter. He can't stop me.
But I can.
So can I.
Oh, I know, but now I kind of want to prove a point.
You know what? I'd almost allow you to do it because I don't have anything valuable to be stolen.
You got that letter that we could read.
You touch.
Oh,
that,
that's true.
You touch that, and I will shove your tongue up your anus.
Yikes.
Well, you're in a different state
Oh.
from me right now, so,
But that was Jensen talking.
oh.
That was Jensen talking, not me.
Oh, I was out of character when I said the whole,
Oh,
that
okay.
letter. You had that
Yeah.
letter.
I was about to
Just
say,
reminding you that you had a letter.
Actually saying that. My bad.
Wait.
when Jensen
okay.
climbed up into the seat next to Syracuse, he was pretty much out. And kind of the way this cart is set up is it's like 2 bench style seats. It's able to fit like 8 people in it.
Mhm.
So you have Syracuse, who's the driver, and then up in the front seat you have Jensen up there, and then in the back it's like you 3, or if somebody wants to sit up near Syracuse, they can. I'm gonna let you guys decide where you want to sit.
Due to my drowsiness and my smaller stature, I unintentionally end up leaning against him as I'm passed out. So it's kind of like leaning against his side under his arm. Just.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Your head is actually cushioned by his cloven legs,
Yeah.
because he's a satyr.
Yeah. So I'm just out.
Yeah, you're actually, this is like the best sleep you've gotten.
Oh, it's heavenly.
But yeah, so Syracuse is just being really chill. He's kind of bonding with you guys, talking about your guys' pasts, and
Complete
you know.
and utter lying.
complete and utter lying from Molly, yes. But yeah, he's just kind of talking with you guys. He's like, yeah, I mean, I've never really left the city. I grew up in the forests of Lorien, but yeah, once I moved to U4, I was pretty much just a cabbie there for a while.
I totally forgot we could ask you 3 questions.
You can, but not during the session.
Yeah, no, not during the session, no.
Yeah.
It's just
Corbett.
popped in my head that I forgot to do that.
Corbett asked his, so
Okay.
his is all.
To be
his are all-
fair, mine were kind of tied to recent events and lore background that I'm building with him. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I tell Syracuse, like, oh, well, I used to travel a lot. I actually used to be part of a circus.
Oh, which one?
Um,
explains a lot.
Rude. It's disbanded now. We all kind of broke up. There was a fight and a fire and not so great terms leaving, but it's fine. We're good. We've made up mostly.
All right. Interesting. I mean, I never really got to see the circus, but I always heard it was pretty nice.
Oh, it was so much fun. I mean, it was just really free, and we got to do what we want, and obviously magic was a big part of it.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. This is probably the most fun I've had in a while, getting to travel around the continent.
Yeah, this is pretty fun for us too, right, guys? Kind of
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
nudge them.
sure.
Yeah, Corbett's like out cold. He can't really respond. But as you guys keep going, like you are sharing like life stories with Syracuse, you're just like super bonding with him, and it gets to be the point where it's now nighttime, and he's like, you know, we can either stop and set up a camp, or I can keep driving, and we can probably cut this trip down by a week.
You kill
Are
Sarah.
you?
I swear I will end you, Simon.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel death flags coming around Syracuse. I ask him, are you okay to drive all night?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I got my 40 winks in last night. I can go one night without.
Mm,
I'm okay if we want to make camp. I don't want to get there anytime soon.
Yeah.
Okay. That's no problem. We can do
Fall
that.
asleep.
Yeah. So he kind of pulls off of the trail into a bit of a clearing. It's sort of well shaded, but you can still see the sky from where you guys are. It's about a 5-minute walk off the trail, so you're a little well hidden, so nobody's going to try and come get you or anything. And yeah, you guys are going to be fine.
Nice. So we don't need to set up
guys-
guards or anything.
You don't need to, unless you guys want to. You can.
I'm paranoid.
Well, I'm not sure if anybody will want to go along with it, but for role-playing purposes, as Jensen is awakened when we start to set up camp, he volunteers to take first watch.
Since he's already slept.
He's already gotten plenty of sleep, so he's good for at least taking 2 watches, if not just the first one. So
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I am going to call my familiar to also stay on guard just in case.
Okay. And what's your familiar?
It's still a cat. We are
Still
still
a cat.
doing a cat.
Still a cat. Okay. His name's Dave.
is it Dave?
Actually, no, I think I did give it a name when I first made it. Hold on.
I don't remember. It was you gave it to Chud, and he had an allergic reaction.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
keep going.
So camp is
Oh,
set up.
yeah. Okay, I found it. It's Nemine.
Nehemiah? Okay.
Yeah.
Camp is set up. Syracuse is staying up a little later just to make sure that the cart is, well furbished. He takes the horses around through the forest to graze and gets them to drink and brings them back around and whatnot. So he's still up a little later with Jensen since he doesn't really need much sleep.
Yeah.
Since he's a satyr and he has the whole, meditate for 4 hours and you're good.
Yeah.
Fae thing.
Else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
it's just me and him.
Hi.
The first
it's
one.
you, Syracuse, and Nehemiah, the cat.
Yeah. Okay. So as
Yeah.
we're sitting there, I kind of glance over and I'm like, so, I don't mean to be rude, but I don't think I've ever seen a satyr out and about before. I've definitely heard of your kind before, and maybe seen a couple of you in passing, but you're not very common.
Yeah, we try and stay hidden a little bit, mainly because we're not supposed to be outside of the Feywild. That's a thing that we have been told many times by the May Queen not to do. So,
Getting too many drunken parties and whatnot. If I apologize for the stereotyping, but that's all I've heard.
no, that's perfectly fine. My family back home is absolutely the stereotype. I totally get it.
All right.
Yeah. But it's more for the protection of the Feywild than it is for the protection of ourselves.
Really, I thought the Fae were all for, didn't mind people stumbling in with them so that they could have more people to toy with.
Well, some people there. Some people do. But it's hard to explain because people would regularly come through portals to the Feywild and hunt some of the more fantastic game. So that includes some satyrs even for the more deranged. But it's been a while since I've heard much on that front, so I believe it's been heavily curbed.
How long has it been for you? How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, time moves differently here than it does in the Feywild. So, in the Feywild, I would only be considered about 35, but here I'm about 3,500.
Wow, that's an impressive mileage on you. Looking good, man.
Well, at least in terms of
If you had been
time.
here, yeah, that whole time, essentially. I'm
Yeah.
guessing you haven't been here that full time period.
No. Yeah, and you can tell this actually. This is out of character. You can tell this just because he looks very young,
Mm-hmm.
or young-ish. He looks about 35, 36.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he talks about only being around here for the past like 20 years, maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or like he talks about events that he's seen only in the past like 20 years. So he's only been here for that long, but in the mundane world, he's 3,500 years old.
You mentioned going to the capital a couple times. It's possible that the few satyrs I've seen beforehand might have been you wandering around without me realizing it. I mean, saw
Possibly
walking through the marketplaces on occasion. They
Possibly.
never seemed to come over to our quarters. Ironically, they believed a lot of our stereotypes that were thrown at us. So
yeah, I can't really help you there. I mean, some people say I'm the nicest satyr they've ever met, but
well, I'd agree with that now for my hand.
of course. And he shakes your hand.
Yep, give him a firm handshake.
Mm-hmm.
Very rough and calloused, but firm. So
Sure. So you guys keep talking for a little while, and you get to the topic of like stories you've heard around the continent, like different like folklore, folk tales, that kind of thing. Just because it's like dark and it's kind of, you're gonna want to like stay on your toes, so you got to do like spooky stories, that kind of thing. And he talks about how you guys are getting close to the southern tip of the Golden Valleys, which is the land of the elves. And he says that the bridge between Karsus and the Golden Valleys, there is a long stretch of forest that is known as the Accursed Lands. Yes, and he talks about how just because of the way the weave works, and how the Golden Valleys is basically a funnel from the weave into the mainland, that there are more terrifying magical beings there because of it. So he brings up the story of this creature called the Yu-Yu. And it's one of the most terrifying stories you've ever heard.
I'd be saying something. I heard many.
Yeah. Specifically, he describes this thing as being a large, humanoid-looking creature, but it walks on its hands and feet, but stands about 5 feet above the normal human while doing that.
Getting Death Stranding vibes.
Yeah. People say that it's a creature that lives both within and outside of the astral plane, meaning that it is both here and not here. And that's how it gets around so quickly.
Like human spideroid, and I'm just like,
again, I'm getting
hit it with the
Death
basket
vibes. Ooh.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's just scary to you, and you're kind of like on your toes again. But
reminds me of other mythologies I've heard. You ever hear about the false Hydra, Carson?
I can't say I have.
It's an old wives' tale I heard passed around while I was in prison there. It's this mythical psionic creature that feeds on people. But what makes it so scary is that due to the way it emits a psionic pulse from its mind, it actually scrambles your vision so that you are incapable of seeing it when you are looking directly at it. So you can only see it out of the corner of your eye. And it does this by singing at such a perfect note that it it matches it, and you don't recall it exists in any way until it stops singing, and then the normal quietness that existed becomes an eerie, deathly quiet, and then it grabs you. Apparently, there's ones in the bowels of some of the other cities. Well, that's old wives' tales, of course.
Oh yeah. Most people say the UU is a very old wives' tale, told to young kids near the Golden Valleys not to go wandering off at night.
Yeah,
So
like the boogeyman, they all exist in all the different cultures and stuff. So,
absolutely.
beautiful moon, though.
So it's been about 4 hours at this point, and he's like, we should probably get to sleep.
I should turn in. Should we wake someone up, or should we just leave the cat?
He looks over at the cat and is just like, we can ask. Did anybody else want to do a guard shift?
I can.
Already
All
awake.
three? Oh, you're
So the
already
two
awake?
elves are gonna pull a guard shift also.
I look over and two elves
I'll
are
be up
staring
too.
at us. I'm like,
Okay.
How long have you been listening?
I just woke up,
Okay, good.
but I also.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
I'm not
Wait,
sure
is
what
he
that
a weather
means.
boy?
Some sort of reference I'm too poor to understand.
Yes.
Well, it's your watch. I'm going to bed.
I'm
Walk
sorry.
over.
I
Are you
guys.
sitting? Good question, Kenzie. Is Lily sitting down? Right
Is she
now.
sitting?
Yeah, is she sitting or is she standing right now?
Probably sitting.
Okay. So I walk past you and pat you on the head as I walk by. As I say, "Okay, your turn," and then I lie down and go to bed.
Okay.
I just
Corbett.
wanted to make sure I could do that. So,
Fair
Corbett.
enough.
yes.
As you're walking to your sleeping bag, it's like a little past the fire,
Of course.
but could you roll a perception for me?
Sure. What could
Eight.
possibly go wrong after hearing this ghost story?
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong after hearing about this monster that's apparently
Oh,
running
shoot.
around near
Drop-
us?
Drop my dice. Honestly, I'd be more scared of the false Hydra. I'll send you guys a video about it. It's bloody terrifying.
Mm-hmm. I've heard about it off board. I've heard about it. It's
Oh my
terrifying.
God, it's horrific.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot.
What'd you get?
6.
6? Okay.
I am blissfully unaware.
Well, yes and no. You don't know if it's just your nerves or what, but as you are heading to your sleeping area, you swear that you feel a pair of eyes watching you from above.
I've
You
punched
okay
ghosts
there, buddy?
before. I'll do it again. Punch your balls off.
Oh god.
You
And
okay there,
as
buddy?
soon as you get that feeling, it's like gone. It's like a fleeting moment.
Okay.
Syracuse is just like, you're just paranoid. Sorry I told you that story. It's not real at all.
Yeah, that's what they all say. That's what my buddy in prison said before. Was the reason why he lost his leg.
Mm.
To nothing.
Oh, well. Either way, I'm gonna get some rest.
Yep.
And Syracuse is out like a light.
The rest of you are probably going, what the hell are they talking about?
But yeah.
Nice.
So the three of us are up now?
Yeah, the three of you guys are all sitting up, taking watch. And it's pretty uneventful. It's actually quite serene, getting to see the stars move above you and hearing the light crackling of a drowning fire behind you.
The story's not that long.
No, it's actually the wilderness has pretty much drowned out any noises that Syracuse or Jensen would be making in their sleep. And it's just very peaceful for you guys, and you're having a really good bonding moment, actually.
It's pretty, y'all.
Hi, welcome to D&D today. It's just bonding.
It's just bonding.
Hey, roleplay episodes are always fun.
They're always great.
Hmm.
I mean, if I'd talk, hey Lily, what's with the sword? So.
I was just gonna go. So, I wonder if that sword of yours has any more stories.
Hello, sword. You have any more stories?
How are you?
Hello.
So you're kind of like trying to like tap the sword awake and stuff, and it's, I mean, like it's there are things awake inside of it, so it's just kind of like trying to like organize itself, but yeah, it's just kind of like I don't know if I have any stories. So if you're gonna want to do more like stuff that like when you learned about Toshiro,
Yeah.
Okay.
it's gonna have to be another use of legend lore.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I resigned myself to that.
That's totally fine, and you'll regain the spell slot anyway.
Yeah.
Also,
Nat 20.
Yeah,
Nice.
perfect. You actually see 3 very strong images of 3 different people.
Okay.
You see a very well-dressed kind of almost like royalty type person who's fairly tall, very, very handsome, and he's like going on a procession in some city or something, and then you get the feeling that he just kind of like disappears in a puff of smoke.
Okay.
You see an image of a female clad in hide armor, like barbarian style armor, wielding the sword in a massive battle against heavily armed soldiers, and it's like she's the only one who's actually doing any damage, as opposed to the people around her. And the last one, you see a elvish, I wouldn't say he's a man, but he's a young man, and he's just kind of a guy living his own life, having a good time, and that's really all that character is. He's just kind of
Living.
He's just having a good time.
Alright.
You know, it looks like he's a very charitable person, though, because he goes around, helps some homeless people, that kind of stuff. Very nice guy.
All right. I relay all this to Lily and whatever Molly is going by.
She's going by Gwen right now.
Gwen. Okay, so
That's her name.
As far as y'all are aware, that is her name.
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, the wizard said so.
Oh, that's kind of just disappears in smoke.
He was that hot, I guess.
That was only I'd be laughing right now.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out what to name it. I'm not naming it.
Well, there's already a cat in there, so
Not gonna get
There is
named.
already a cat in there.
Yeah, I know. It's an orange tabaxi. I'm not naming him Dave's though.
Name him Dave.
no,
I'm
his
not gonna-
name's Toshiro. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dave
Name him
Toshiro.
Dave.
That sounds like some celebrity. That'd be like a Marvel movie.
But
Can you
as
read
you're,
between the lines, Corey?
Rude. I disown you.
You can't disown me.
so as you guys are talking about like, oh, the guy who went up in smoke, that kind of thing, Kenzie, you hear a voice in your head, and it's just like, "Oh, you're talking about me."
Wait, you know who you are?
I think, yeah.
You seem to be the only voice in the sword to know about themselves.
Oh, well, I mean, Toshiro knows. So he's him, but
Do you know what
everybody
happened to
else, what was that?
you? Do you know what happened to you?
Yeah, actually. So I used to live, I
Wait,
remember.
what's your name? Sorry, I should have started with that.
No, it's okay. He kind of stumbles for a second, and he's trying to remember his own name.
Sorry.
He doesn't quite remember. He's just like, I don't know. I remember it starting with an A, but I don't know. I just remember I used to live in the northern areas of this new land, and we had set up a very prosperous land there. And one day, almost as if by heavenly decree, the gods smote it. And
Check off list. He said smoke.
and everything was left burning. Cinders. It just I highly doubt anything survived. The last thing that I remember is seeing the large stoning fist of God coming down upon us, and then I was gone.
Well then,
Wow.
that's just stone cold.
And for that, a devil jumps out of the woods and kills you.
Yeah.
I think that's the end of that. As of always,
No.
wait.
Heard it here first.
No, we're not gonna stop there. Trust me. There's more to this. There's more to this session.
Yay.
But wait, there's more. Order
Yes.
So,
now.
So
1999.
you pretty much spend your time talking to this dude, and he talks about, oh yeah, we like the place that we had was like one of the first successful colonies on this continent, and it was just like the only other people that were here were the elves, and we had made peace with them, but then other people appeared, came from other lands to this continent, and drove them away, and they retreated into this valley that we could never find our way into.
Intense.
Like camping.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get killed by my sword, y'all.
Yeah.
Nah.
We've all come to terms with it.
And Gwen will loot your corpse.
Yep.
You guys have spent a good amount of time just hanging out and talking to the sword. You know, just girl stuff.
As they do.
But I'm kidding. But it's you start to look over, and at the horizon you slowly see hues of orange and purple as the sun is starting to rise.
Well,
But
Morning.
Yeah.
My neck actually popped there. It felt great.
Is there anything to eat?
Syracuse is like, oh yeah. And he pulls out a couple ration packs and tosses them to you guys. He's like, this is all I got right now. Stocked up here for the next couple weeks, but when we get into whatever next village we have, we can get some actual, sit down food.
Better than prison food.
Well, I'm sure it is.
I need some hot brown morning potion.
Gross.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you're talking about coffee.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Roasted bean juice. Got it.
Yeah.
Wait, have you guys never seen Dragon Prince? They call it that.
I unfortunately was only on the second episode of Dragon Prince, so I was unable to continue it. So, a second episode of the second season. I'll take that back. So.
Okay,
So-
the animation does get better.
It wasn't the animation. In fact, I greatly enjoyed the animation and don't see what people have gripes about it. That's other nerd stuff. I apologize, Simon. Let's get
No,
back.
you're good.
Sorry.
So you guys continue on, and you slowly start to see the forests or the trees around you are starting to get denser. So dense to the point that they're slowly starting to block out the sun.
I'm going to keep a lookout while we're going for anything
Sure.
suspicious.
Sure. You can go ahead and roll a perception or investigation for me if you
Ooh.
want.
Investigation. Definitely perception on that one. That'd be a 21.
21. Okay. As you guys continue on this trail, Corbett, when you're looking around, you're kind of like sitting on in the back of the cart, and you're just kind of looking around as like a lookout, and you see every once in a while, like as your eyes are kind of drifting through the trees, you see people walking through them very slowly, kind of aimlessly. They all seem to be dressed in similar attire, but obviously different from each other. All of them are wearing kind of heavier leather coats. They're all different, colors, different styles, whatnot. You recognize them as like hunting coats. And they're just kind of wandering aimlessly through the forest, and you see them both on your left and on your right. They're nowhere near the cart or the trail. They're actually
I
like
just notice them passively.
they're pretty deep in the woods.
How are you feeling, Laughter?
We're okay right now. Still fine. We'll just see how things go. Closer
If I
we
need to
get.
punch someone, let me know.
Or let me know. I'm really good at the punching. I'll punch him for you.
Let's just try to keep me out of prison.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
I would like to say I could do that, but you wouldn't believe me.
Yeah, I don't.
Since the sun has been blocked out at this point, it's gotten quite a bit colder. And also, you're seeing along sides of the trail, or of what should be the trail, like small bogs and swampy areas.
No, I need a swamp. Oh gosh.
Light fog is kind of drifting through the trees and the forests around you.
I swear, you throw a troll on this.
I'm not gonna throw a troll at you. You're fine. But Syracuse kind of offhandedly mentioned, he's like, "Oh yeah, we're passing through the swamps." Real quick.
We noticed that.
Yeah, we're coming close to the edge of the Golden Valleys, so we're gonna have to pass through here for a minute. It's not gonna be great. It's gonna smell Keep a lookout, because this is considered a pretty dangerous place. But,
Not one to sound paranoid. Does someone mind assisting me with that? I
got it.
look one place at a time.
so
Does my 21 roll stay, or do you want me to roll again?
21 stays. You're fine. I want Molly to roll though. And Corbett, you don't know what it is. But that feeling that you got last night, something watching you, comes back. And you keep remembering the story of the you. And it just kind of keeps...
On my first instinct, I glance behind me to see if the cat is staring at me, because that effect happens with cats.
The cat's just kind of chilling. It's chilling. It's actually sitting and looking out the back of the carriage.
Which is where I'm sitting.
Like you're sitting. You said. I mean, I'm talking about like behind the carriage.
Oh.
Yeah, you're facing the same way that Syracuse and the rest of the passengers are.
Okay.
Yeah. But the cat's just kind of staring off behind the carriage, aimlessly. But but instead of that fleeting feeling of being watched, it's sticking around. Molly, did you roll?
Yeah, I got a 24.
24. As you're looking around, you see that you notice the like wandering men in the forest, just like Jensen did. But as you're looking around, you see one and your eyes meet with it, and it is not human. Something's weird about it, and it almost looks like as you're looking at it, it seems like parts of its face, like something underneath its skin is moving.
I got a question.
What's up?
Are there any like animal chatter around or anything?
You can hear every once in a while the distant croak of a frog, but otherwise, it's almost silent through here. It's like you're in a wind tunnel almost. There's just like no noise.
So I can hear if animals are trying.
What were you saying, Corbett?
So does anyone else get in a creepy vibe?
I nudge Laughter, who I assume I'm closest to, just based off of previous interactions. And I whisper to her, and also because she's, a necromancer. And I whisper to her, something's not right. Something's not right out there. There are elves, but there's something crawling under their skin.
Like bugs?
Oh,
Not sure.
Corey, you're looking in the same area that Molly is, and you see the same person that she's looking at. And as you're looking, it's not bugs. It's like long, and it's just kind of like moving around.
Simon, I hope this isn't what it is. I really hope it's not.
We'll see.
We're gonna die.
And as you're watching that, you feel the cart suddenly lurch to stop.
This isn't good.
What happened, Syracuse?
What?
What happened, Syracuse? What's up?
He's just like, well, there's a couple people here in front of the horses.
Run them over. Run them over now.
Honestly, run them over.
They're not doing anything. They're actually they're looking the same way we're going. They're just kind of standing there, though.
The diversion. Keep going. Keep going. Do not stop. We are in a swamp. You do not stop.
Well, the horses aren't moving. I'm trying to get them to move. I can't really do much.
Can I look at the people?
Yes.
Yeah. Can I too?
Yeah.
Me too.
When you guys look at these people, there's only two of them in the road, and they're both facing down down towards the way you guys are heading. And they are like not bothered by anything right now. They're just kind of sitting there.
I clamber up through the cart close to the horses, and I actually kind of gingerly jump on one of their backs so I can get close to them. And then I begin speaking softly into them. I'm like, hey, I'm sure you can hear me, but we really need you to keep moving. We shouldn't stop right now.
Can I understand the horses?
I do have an ability that allows me to any animal that can understand any language knows what I'm saying.
Oh, you're talking to the horse.
Yeah,
I thought you were like, you hopped on the back of the people.
The horse telling the horse this.
Okay, yeah, Kenzie, you can actually also talk to them.
Okay.
Because of your ring.
I'm also gonna talk with the horses. I have a spell.
You guys are gonna overload the horses right now. There's just so many people talking at
I just
them.
want to understand.
I don't need to use a spell.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, Kenzie,
Horses.
listen, I can talk to them. I just can't hear them talk back, but I can talk to them. So.
Okay, so I'll.
So you'll be the one talking to them. You'll be the one translating.
Yeah. So I'm like.
Okay.
Really need to go. I know these guys are probably freaky, but that's why we need you to keep going.
And as the horses are like huffing and sniffing, Kenzie, you are hearing snakes.
No.
Nope.
Snakes.
Gosh dang snakes.
Snakes.
In a swamp, yes. I'm sure there's
Okay.
snakes.
There's snakes under them. There's snakes in the skin.
I immediately scramble.
There's snakes in disguise.
In the cart.
So they're freaking out the horses because horses can tell when there's like a snake nearby because it is.
I hate this.
Fireball.
Okay. Okay.
This is a predicament.
Would you like me to remove the snakes for you guys? I'm asking the horses.
The horses kind of whinny and they're just like away. Like they're like saying they want it gone.
Okay. Can I do a surprise attack?
Sure.
Oh God.
Well, I don't know if this is the right thing to do, but you've asked it, Kenzie. So.
Or should I try to intimidate them to leave?
Well,
Because nothing's bothering them.
right. So honestly, you could do either. Something that you could do. You have that ring.
I could talk to the snake.
Oh,
Talk to the snakes.
Wait, but you said I couldn't hear any of the other animals.
You couldn't hear any other animals making any noises.
Okay, fair enough. I was not very good. Wait, can I hear if the snakes are saying anything?
You don't hear them saying anything. They're just kind of like vibing in their hosts. Just kind of chilling.
Does anybody have a flute?
I have a loot.
No.
I have a loot.
I want to do a snake charming thing. Ooh. Snake.
I kind of want to do it too.
Okay.
So if you're gonna do that, roll a performance check.
Okay. All right. Here we go. I get out my
Wait,
loot.
both of us or just you?
Whoever has the loot.
I have the loot.
You do.
So who's ready to be
That's something.
snake people?
Sneeple, you mean?
Snape.
Sneeple.
Well, it's better than
Okay. I'm gonna tell the horses to stay calm, and we'll try to take care of it.
24.
24. Okay. You perform, and the snakes are vibing. They're chilling. They're liking it.
Somebody once told me.
Yes.
We're in a swamp, guys.
It's out of
We had
lighting.
All right. Can I ask the snakes if they could very nicely move off of the path so we don't harm them as we go past?
You talk to them, and they're still vibing. They're just like, of course, we can do that. And they just kind of slowly meander off of the path out of your guys' way.
Oh.
I love my freaking ring. Wait, but you don't know that I can talk to animals, so you probably were thinking, how do you know what the horses are saying? How'd you know they were snakes?
I was too in the zone and freaking out to question at the moment.
Fair enough.
He'll snap. He'll have a fringe logic
All right.
moment here in a bit.
All right. Are you? And I'm asking the horses this. Are you guys okay now?
They're just like, they kind of like whinny, and you assume that that's like a yes, but in like horse. More like it's like horse slang, but you have no idea what it means, but you take it as yes.
So, okay, I love horses. I am a horse girl. I was that horse girl in 6th grade, and I still am that horse girl in like almost junior year of college.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and rub the spot like right above their tails.
Oh, so you're off the cart still right now. So yeah.
Oh, they're loving that.
Yeah. Well, I had a feeling I was just sitting up in the front next to Syracuse, where I could like kind of reach the horses.
Yeah, they're chilling. They're liking it.
All right. Let's keep going.
Mm-hmm. You guys keep going.
We just avoided an encounter.
And you guys actually did, yes.
Thank you, Smash Mouth!
But that doesn't mean I didn't have other ones planned.
Yes.
Oh, we know.
Thank you, Smash Mouth, and my talking animal ring.
I guess I could share what I thought Simon might throw at us. Before he said it was snakes, there's these things in Volo's guide that talk about this form of zombie that are literally cadavers that are possessed by small green worms, and their bodies writhe with them. And when they run at someone, they emerge from their skin and flail around, and they possess people by the worms burrowing.
Yeah, they're disgusting. They're gross.
Yeah.
Afraid that he was talking about those. I was like, no, please don't.
Yeah. So as you guys are going, all of you guys hear this blood-curdling howl.
Oh God.
Do I understand
It's not a wolf. It's not a creature.
A million or
guys, that's not a wolf. It is not a beast of any sort.
It sounds like a mix between it sounds like a mix between a drowning dog and a family screaming.
Wow. Guys, this thing is not a beast. It's not an animal.
No, that's not.
I'm going to ask you. Wait, Knuckles, are you still on the horses?
No, I'm in the cart right now.
Oh.
I scrambled off the horses, so.
I'm going to turn to Syracuse. Let's see if we can go a little bit faster.
He's like, I'm way ahead of you. We shouldn't be here. We shouldn't be here.
Thank you for that story.
I'm going to.
For that story last night.
Let's just pretend that it didn't. Let's just pretend it's not that.
And I'm then going to tell the horses, you guys are doing great. Don't stop.
They're totally on board with that. They're just going. They're trucking along.
Can I give the horses inspiration?
They aren't gonna need any. You guys are fine. But
there are apples when we get out of here.
Yeah, they're on board with that.
Apple.
They're on board with that. 1 sec, I'm pulling stuff up. You guys are like trucking along, going really fast, actually.
I'm gonna ask my sword. Ever heard of anything like this?
Your sword just kind of is like, it's kind of like the like spinning thinking ball almost. That's kind of what it feels like. It's kind of just like a person standing in a McDonald's line going, Can I get a
Fair enough.
Yeah. And then finally somebody pops up, and it's the elven boy that you remember hearing about last night. He's just like, you need to get out of there.
Guys, my sword even says we need to get out of here. What is it?
I second that, please.
Let's go!
As soon as you finish that sentence, something large hops in front of the carriage, and the horses screech to a halt. And the carriage actually, while it's still moving, bumps against the back of the horses and tips over, and you guys are out in the swamp now.
Okay. Are the horses okay?
The horses are fine. They're just kind of like freaked out. They're like wandering around trying to, keep themselves safe. But when you look up at what jumped in front of the horses, you see this large, hairy creature.
Oh, God.
Very large arms propping itself up.
Nope.
With smaller, almost deer-like legs
Ah.
in the back. And it's kind of just sitting there, and its hands are big. And when I say that its hands are big, I mean like each one of its fingers look like the size of a human leg.
Oh gosh.
And it's got like 4 fingers on each hand propping itself up.
And I can't understand this thing at all.
You cannot. And as it kind of brings the front of itself back down, you see like the fur and stuff matted around what looks like a ceramic mask of a smiling face.
Is that the yo-yo?
It's the Yu-Yu.
Yu Hakusho.
That's what I was thinking too. But
So the carriage is tipped over.
Yes.
Can I try to scramble to get it back up?
You would need to roll a strength check for me. But in the meantime, it's initiative time.
Yay.
So I'll do. What one do you want me to roll first?
Many colorful words in a halfling right now.
curse.
Do whichever one you want.
Okay.
16.
And which one was that?
Initiative?
For initiative? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were Kenzie talking.
Really, I didn't know I had the option to not do initiative.
I'm sorry. I thought because Kenzie asked, "Oh, which one do you want me to do first?"
All right, I'm gonna. So, 18 to get the card up,
Okay.
and 14 for initiative.
Okay. So you get the cart at least back onto the trail, but it's not tipping over. So it's having a little difficulty. Corey, you said you got
16.
Anybody get higher than a 16?
17.
Mod 20.
Okay.
Feel impressed by my strength.
And then Corbett, you said 17? Okay. So the UU goes first.
I thought about making the 18 as my initiative, but I'm like, I want to get this cart off.
Right. So the person who it is in front of is Syracuse.
Wouldn't it be me and Syracuse? Because
Yes,
we
it
were both
would.
in the front.
Yes, it would.
I think you.
I can take the damage. I can take the damage.
So it swipes at you guys and does a 18 hit.
Yes, it's even.
Okay. Okay.
It's
And sorry, I'm using my dice roller app.
It's okay. I'm getting a calculator. Because I'm a big dumb.
Okay. And that is going to be 22 slashing damage.
Okay.
Sorry, there's a lot of things open right now, and I'm trying to find the best way to do this.
This is fine.
No,
Yeah, everything's fine, you know?
And then So it comes down again and it hits Syracuse, and it's gonna try and come down again to hit Kenzie again.
It was nice knowing you, Kenzie.
It was nice knowing Syracuse. We now have a part.
I'm not bad because my health is very high.
21 to hit. And that hits, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is gonna go for 18 points of damage. And it hops over and lands on top of the cart.
You little.
So next, man, I am not organized very well. Next is Kenzie. Wait, no, Molly. It's Molly.
That's not right.
Yeah, it's Molly.
I'm last. Or I should be last.
You are.
Christ. Anyways. So I'd like to insightfully fight this thing.
Okay.
Which means they need to do a deception roll.
Oh man. I keep forgetting to have know your enemy.
Mm.
Do that your turn. It's not your turn yet.
Huh? I could.
So it needs to roll deception, you said, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I want to figure out how to use.
And that's charisma, right?
Deception, yeah.
Okay. It rolled a 13.
Okay, I beat that with a 25.
Perfect, yeah. You do beat that.
So now I can stab it with my vicious rapier.
Oh, yeah. Use that magic item I gave you.
Well, that's a 26 to hit it.
Yeah, yes.
I did not like that noise.
Sorry, I'm trying to like keep everything organized right now.
So I have a D8 to hit it, and then 76.
Yeah.
One shot at Rogue.
Okay.
Not gonna be able to one-shot this thing. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
That's fine.
To play a game, how many times can Kenzie hit it with her sword in one round?
Well, one, but it's a lot of hurt. Oh god, my leg. Ugh, I've been sitting on it this whole time.
How many attacks she can take as a fighter?
So 36.
Oh wow.
36. Wow.
36.
Okay.
What was this? Did you shoot it? Is that what this is?
No, I
Stabbed
stabbed
it.
it.
Oh, you ran at it and stabbed it.
Very nice.
Yep.
Now it is Jensen's turn.
Okay, so I see this thing and I am partially horrified by it, but thinking I need more speed, and since I think my boots are speed boots, I click my heels together, activating them, not knowing what they're actually going to do, so I'm not sure if that would cause anything interesting to happen, Simon. Because
you
double my speed, so.
You are surprised to find that you start floating.
Whoa, what is... Oh. Am I at disadvantage in moving because of this surprise, or...?
It's gonna be a little tough. You're only gonna be able to make half of your movement.
Half my movement?
Yeah, because you're still trying to figure out how to use it. So
Way is a creature?
it's only like 10 feet away from you.
Oh! Even with half movement, this is easy. So using my now achieved flying speed, I get a little bit of air on it before I swoop in straight to his face, and I'm gonna punch him square in the face.
Go for it.
Oh. That is, maybe 15?
15 does not hit.
Dang it. So I'm going to strike a second time. That's much better. That is a 23.
23 hits, yes.
Okay, so that is 8 5. That's good. That's 12 points of bludgeoning damage straight to the face. And I'm going to burn a key point to do stunning strike.
Okay. What does it need to roll?
It is a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Sorry, I'm doing this.
No, it's fine.
So, Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Actually, no. That's gonna be 11.
That fails. So
Yeah.
he's now stunned until the end of my next turn.
Okay. That's totally fine.
Okay. So seeing that working, I'm like, oh my gosh, that actually worked. And I'm going to burn another key point to then do Flurry of Blows. Hit him 2 more times while he's stunned. Do you get advantage now that he's stunned?
Yes, you do.
Okay, excellent. The first attack. That is that's a 29. So, 9 points of bludgeoning damage for the first attack. Second attack. 25. Hit.
Yes.
So a grand total of 15 points of bludgeoning damage for flurry.
Okay.
And then still flying, I'm gonna scoot back out of his range, probably about 50 feet.
Yep.
Away from him.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
And I'm like looking around at the other people, I'm like, are you seeing this? I'm flying!
Syracuse kind of looks at you and he gives you a good old, wow! Like, he's super proud of you.
Right on my face. Flapping in the wind.
Up next is Corey.
All right, so we're gonna cast Fireball as a 6th level spell.
You want this thing dead.
Yes. So it's gonna make a Dex saving roll.
Correct.
Well, I have to. I'm pretty sure I'm still in that radius if you're dropping it right on top of him.
How far are you from it?
He's 15.
15?
So I'm right at the edge of the radius if you drop it right on him.
Oh wait, would I have to since I'm literally
Everybody
engaged?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Molly and Syracuse and Kenzie would need to make rolls.
So all of us would need to.
So what second throw is it?
Dex.
Constitution or Dex. Yes, Dex. My bad.
16.
You pass. You pass.
This one, the UU only got 8.
It does not pass.
Wait a moment, I'm checking something. Do I have that?
Okay, so
Yes, I do. Okay, thank goodness.
6.
So what is? Oh, I get 17.
17. You also passed. Did Syracuse pass?
Okay.
Yeah, he gets up and hobbles away.
Save is just
Bless up.
half damage instead of full damage.
Okay, so hold on.
But Simon, with my monk ability evasion, I take no damage.
Correct.
This thing is gonna die. I'm sorry.
No, please.
No! I want to kill it!
What?
I want to hit it! I want to hit it!
I'm curious.
And then, that's an extra 4.
Oh my gosh, watch it be immune to fire.
51.
51?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
I don't like it.
That's a fiery explosion.
He likes that. So
it
you
like
bring
it?
down this massive fireball on it, and everything's quiet for a minute, and then you see it walk out of the fire.
It's stunned.
God damn it.
Oh, you're right, it is stunned. But you see it kind of turn its head towards you, and you see like its ceramic mask turning darker because of the fire, and it's just staring you down, and you can feel just hatred.
I'm gonna say,
Sorry, not sorry, and infernal.
It doesn't understand it.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm glad
never
you're
know.
surprised that you can speak that, because I do understand it.
So now it is Syracuse's turn.
Is he still alive after that?
Oh yeah, he's fine.
Okay,
Guys, what about the cart?
Because it is half damage.
Yeah, the cart is on fire.
Oh, your belongings.
Oh god.
Syracuse pulls out his sling, and he starts whipping it around his head and chucks it at the creature. And it hits the creature pretty well, kind of right square in the eyes, David and Goliath style.
Yeah.
Oh, question, Simon.
What's up?
Envisioning it. When I punched it in the face 3 times, did I crack its mask?
It did not. No. When you punched it in the face, although the mask looks ceramic, it's not like. It doesn't feel ceramic.
Did it feel like flesh?
Almost, yeah.
Okay.
It's like an unmoving face.
Ugh. That's almost worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got the
Yeah,
chills.
I'm curious.
Hey.
But Syracuse is like, all right, that's good. That works. And he picks up another rock and puts it in a sling, and he goes closer and flings it again in the face.
Manage to remember.
Yeah. And he hits it real nice again. Like pretty much like right in the bottom of the chin now. And it just kind of like...
Remember its weakness. So did you, Syracuse, from those stories?
I don't think they ever told me one. They never said anybody's actually seen it and survived, but we may be the first.
Sure hope we're the first.
Now it is Kenzie's turn.
Oh,
Okay, so I'm gonna hit it with my sword.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
She's gonna hit it with her sword. She's gonna hit it with her sword.
17?
What'd you say? 17?
17.
17 is going to hit.
Oh, that's good to know.
14 for the first attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually use this stuff.
Question for the group. All your belongings, were they like in your bags? Question mark.
Everything.
I feel like I
person.
feel like I have all my belongings on me.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys didn't really have much with you anyway.
I own like
Okay.
a handful of items that I keep on my person at all times.
Okay.
Constantly
19.
has everything on person.
19
Alright.
hits.
If it wasn't for the fact that I was just broken out of prison, Corey, I'd not say that. You know, just to be realistic. But
Okay. Well, Corbett, do you have your scroll?
yes, I literally
Okay.
do not let that out of my sight. It is very.
Okay.
14.
14 doesn't hit.
Or no, 14 for the damage.
Oh, 14 damage. Okay.
Because I hit it with, I had 17 and then my plus 2 with my sword.
Okay.
Was my 19 to hit. Okay, now I'm doing another extra attack. So this is attack 3.
Okay.
And with this one, can I do menacing attack? Because I have for a maneuver, or
What does it do?
when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend 1 superiority die to attempt to frighten the target. You add the
Superiority.
Thank you. I don't know why I was having a hard time at that time. Die to the attack damage roll, and the target must make a Wisdom saving throw. On a fail save, it is frightened of you until the end of your next turn.
Okay. Yeah. So, would you say 17?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
Right. Because that was a 1. Jordan does 18 damage.
Okay.
And it has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, what does it have to be?
19.
It does not beat that, but as you try and like menace it, it just kind of looks you in the face, and you're not able to make it scared of you.
Okay, well then in that case, action surge and just attack it one more time.
Okay.
Four.
4 does not hit.
Okay, well, I would like to prepare to dodge.
Okay. You have prepared to dodge.
Prepared to scream like a girl.
All right.
Why do you dice not like me?
Put him in prison.
Now,
Put them all in prison.
Corbett, Corbett, what's your wisdom stat?
My base stat or my saving throw? Or what?
Base stat.
My wisdom is 14.
14. Okay. Somehow you feel something shift in the air around the UU. And it feels like, the only way that you can describe it to yourself, it feels like that you have let go, or it slipped out of your hand.
What is?
The UU.
I wasn't holding it.
I know. But it was stunned.
Oh, so it
It is now not stunned.
Oh, okay.
Great.
Okay. Okay. Ha! It's more of the stunning is more due to me, like the monk thing hitting the right pressure points and causing it more than
Right. Right. Either way, story
Yeah.
purposes.
Yeah.
But as it does that, you see it kind of shift its body a little bit, and then it turns and looks at Syracuse. And with its big, like almost like foot hand, it snatches Syracuse up
No.
and
Not Syracuse.
Yep.
I knew it.
slams him into the ground real quick, and then brings him up close to his face, and you just hear that scream again. You guys need to make Constitution saving throws
Okay.
with advantage.
Okay, with advantage. That's good.
God. Sorry. I rolled a 9 and then a 19.
17.
17 passes.
18.
18. And Corbett, you said 17.
27.
And Kenzie, 27.
27.
This does not feel good. From what you know, apparently this thing was really far away when you heard it the first time, but since it's like up right in front of you guys, each one of you is going to take 30 psychic damage.
Ow!
You know what the fun?
30. That's painful. Ooh.
Squishy Wizard is feeling it.
A Steeding? Good lord.
And as you guys are like looking at Syracuse in his hands, you just kind of see Syracuse like tremble with fear for a minute, and then he just goes limp.
Yep.
Did you kill him?
His body goes limp, and the UU kind of drops him on the ground. Like a discarded Go-Gurt too. Just kind of like drops him.
Oddly
And he's gonna go ahead and attack you, Kenzie.
Prepare to dodge.
And
I'd like to see him try.
yep. So he does have disadvantage.
I am I am revenging Syracuse.
He might not be dead.
I'm still gonna freaking revenge him.
So that was a 16 that he rolled with disadvantage. So
He missed.
he misses. You hop out of the way, and he kind of repositions himself and starts to like scutter backwards outside of the fire. So there's the fire in between you guys now.
There's a fire in between us now?
Yeah. In between your party and him. Or it.
So went through the fire backing up.
Yeah.
I really saw that.
It's between you guys.
Well, that is its turn, so it's Molly's turn now.
I really should have done know your enemy, but at the same time.
Well, guess who has a crossbow?
Molly does.
And thus is going to shoot him.
Mm-hmm.
$23.
Yep, that hits.
Give me a sec to pick up the 8d6 I get a roll. God. Okay.
I'm ready to jump through the fire like a badass.
Sorry, I'm bad at math.
I think
24. Okay, 24. Wait, right? Yeah, 24.
24 total damage?
Yes.
Okay. So you snipe this crossbow bolt into one of its arms, and you hear it give out like a more like a different sound, not the scream, but you hear it give out like a little bit of a cry, and it starts to turn tail and start to run away.
As it should.
Oh, it's starting to run away. Are we still on initiative?
Technically you are, but there has already been 15 feet between you guys and it, and also there's a big line of fire between you and it. So unless you want to risk yourself getting hurt, you want to chase after it?
But I want to do a really cool, like, jump over the fire so I don't touch it.
Stop her. I want to stop her.
You're not
Did you
stopping
shoot
me.
it again?
Is initiative still going, Simon?
Initiative is still going.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you can't stop me.
So,
Well,
It's not
it
your
would
turn
be
yet.
it would be Jensen's turn.
okay. So seeing it running, I'm a little torn, but I'm gonna turn towards him and use easily with my full movement speed. I'm gonna zip over to him in the air, right behind him, and I'm going to punch him in the back of the head.
Okay. Can you do that with disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
Yep, because it is running and its movement speed is 50. And it's at full speed.
Okay.
So it's like sprinting away.
16.
16. That does not hit actually.
Okay.
Just barely misses. Like you can feel its fur on against your knuckles, but it's.
So I'm gonna take the second strike. Okay, that's 18.
18 hits, yes.
Okay, so I'll punch him this time if I can. Yeah, 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And then I'm going to, with the last of you said he's 50 feet and I have 55 and then movement range. So I'm going to use the last extra 5 of my feet to get lower down on him, closer to his legs. Before he blows on the lower section of his body.
Okay.
So what disadvantage?
Yeah, because he's still running.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Getting second dice so I can do this easier. Okay, that's these two, so. Not 16, misses. 8, not 20, but 18.
18? Yeah, 18 hits on that one.
So another 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And could he make a strength saving throw for me, please? No, strike that. Dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Dexterity? Yeah, I already had that pulled up. He rolled a 16.
16?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he succeeds. Darn. I tried.
So what happens there is you end up giving him a good old punch in the leg, and his like back half kind of fishtails a little bit as he turns tail and basically gallops away through the swamps.
Okay.
I want to kill him.
So he's gone then. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. So he is gone now. It is out of initiative.
Can I go check on Syracuse?
I fly back in the air.
I'm heading over.
Is he all right?
So you guys go and check on Syracuse, and he's fine as far as you can tell. But so who gets there first?
Probably them.
Yeah. Okay, so Kenzie was closest, so Kenzie gets there first. And you basically kneel down beside Syracuse and pick him up, like lifting his head up off the ground to make sure that blood is getting to all other parts of his body.
Mm-hmm.
And he feels cold, but you can still feel he's breathing.
Right. I'm gonna give him a minor healing potion.
Okay.
Or could I use my second wind on him?
Actually, yeah, you could.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my second wind on him.
Okay. So you do, and tell me what you roll.
17.
17, yeah. So when you do, you start to feel a little warmth come back to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's breathing fine still, but it just feels off. Like it doesn't feel right.
Are you okay?
And he opens his eyes, or tries to open his eyes to look at you, and he kind of looks at you and he's just like, I always thought it was a myth.
Well, apparently not. It looks like we got your wish. We're the first ones to survive it. So
You were mistaken.
Well, you guys are.
Excuse me?
He took you over.
No, it's nothing like that. I forgot to tell this part of the story. They always told us to beware the howl of the UU. Since it lives between the different planes of existence, it's more or less seen as a Grim Reaper kind of thing.
like a myth.
Yeah.
I refuse to let that thing take another person I care about.
Well,
Already taken someone?
I've lost a lot of people. Not to that, but people I care about.
I think she's referring, she refuses to lose another friend.
he's still fine. He's a little out of it, but he's like, we just need to get to the Golden Valleys, where maybe a 10 minutes ride from there.
Okay.
The horses should be fine.
I can drive the cart because I can talk to the horses.
Cart's on fire.
What cart? I turn around and, the cart's on
Yeah, the
fire.
cart is on fire.
Can I just? How big is the fire?
I mean, it's enough to put out. I mean, if somebody has,
Can I just take my jacket off and just?
I mean, yeah, if somebody has control flames, that'd be really easy, or control bonfire or whatever.
In a different
Sorry.
Wizard?
I have no magic.
That's fine. So it takes you like a minute or two to tamp out the flames and set the cart back up and get the horses reined in again. But you guys are sprinting towards the Golden Valleys.
I remain flying for one thing because I'm so exhilarated by it. I don't want it to end, and B, I don't know how long it lasts, so I'm just stretching it out. So I'm flying this whole time. So.
Sure.
I'll drive the cart, and Syracuse is probably in the back with Laughter and Gwen.
I'll keep an eye out and see what I see.
I am going to ask him, if you don't make it, I can kind of bring you back. Not exactly, but is that something you would want?
As enticing as that sounds, I don't think I could. If I'm not myself, then who am I?
Okay.
And you guys.
So that's where we end.
No, it's not where you end. I'm wrapping this up though.
Okay.
You guys get to the Golden Valleys, and after a little bit of explanation, they let you in, and they take you to the infirmary as quickly as they can.
When it drops.
As he's on the bed, they're trying to fix him, and one of the clerics comes over and says to you guys, he says, it's not possible. We can't fix him. He's
What can we do to help?
There isn't really anything to do. He doesn't have a soul. It's gone. It's almost like it's been ripped out of him. So
that thing.
If you guys would like to say your goodbyes, we can make this as painless as possible for him.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure that he passes peacefully.
I walk up to him and put my hand on my shoulder, and I kind of look him in the face. I'm like, I know we didn't know each other for very long, but I wish we had known each other longer.
He kind of like taps your hand, or he's trying to like reach for your hand, and he taps it. He's just like, I know what you mean.
I will take care of the horses, and maybe one day I will kill that thing.
They took a liking to you.
The horses?
I know you'll do great.
No, the you.
You took a liking to you.
Roll to seduce.
I was like so confused, and I'm like,
No.
Are you? No, the horses. Yes, I'm protecting the babies, and I will name one of the horses Dave.
Un momento. Do you want to go back home? Do you want your body sent back home?
I think it's only right.
I'm going to put a spell on you when this is over, and it should keep you intact until you can get back.
Syracuse, what is your favorite type of tree?
I was always fond of the cherry blossoms.
When I get back home, I will plant one for you in your honor.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's one thing people are very fond of.
Of course.
I'm going to take such great care of the cart and the horses.
I'm sorry I burnt your cart.
He nods and he kind of gives a coy smile. And as he does, you just kind of see him. You just see the sparkle, the twinkle in his eye, dampen. He just kind of drifts away. Takes as his breathing starts to slow, and he finally gives out one last as he leaves.
I touch his forehead and cast gentle repose.
Okay. So his body is preserved
For up to 10 days.
Up to 10 days. And with that, we're gonna end the session.
Woo! Okay, so now that we're all emotional,
You guys are all sad now.
let's talk about geekamendations.
If we can.
Well, as always, I'll go down the list. In honor of me being in my parents' spooky basement that is now completely pitch black, I had you guys listen to Let's Read podcast on Spotify.
Yes. I actually don't listen to him on Spotify. I found him on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So I listen to his stuff on there, and I just listen to like the compilation stories that he does.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. My favorite have to be like the urban exploration ones. Because those are so terrifying. And they're real. They're like taken from Reddit. People posted them.
These are all real stories.
I know. It's terrifying.
So it's finals week, so give me that. I feel so bad because I did not watch any of them, but I do plan on listening to them like this upcoming weekend. I feel so bad.
No, it's okay. Finals week, I get it.
Like, I've got one more final, 2 more finals. I've got 2 more finals. One of them is due at 11:59 tonight.
Oh.
Well, it's a project that I've been doing.
Are you at least done with it? You just got to turn it in?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, on the topic of geek recommendations, actually, this has been a rough week too. I only did the Let's Read one because I listen to it while I do homework. So,
well, how about this? How about we just do these recommendations next week? You guys get an extra week to do them. How does that sound?
I think that is a brilliant idea.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
I'm excited to watch The Librarians again, and I'm excited to see what you guys have posted, and I'm really excited to have you guys listen to Shadowrun.
Yes, I've already started making a character if you decide to do that campaign.
I did listen to Shadowruns. May I give my opinion on it since Kenzie?
Yeah.
Shadowruns, it was rather interesting. It's not my favorite D&D podcast that I've heard from. They're drier, I guess, in terms of their delivery than what I'm used to. But I chop that up to the fact that almost all my D&D listening experience is Critical Role, so I'm kind of spoiled in that regard.
Yeah, that's
fair, but that's, again, I'm just giving my opinion.
It's called the CR effect when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons podcasts. After there's 2 different sides to it. There's 3 different facets to it, but it's after listening to Critical Role, all D&D podcasts are ruined for you. After listening to Critical Role, you, as a DM, you always size yourself up and try to be Matt Mercer.
Mm-hmm.
And after listening to Critical Role, you immediately feel like that you can become a DM. Those are the 3 things that happen to people whenever they listen to it.
2 of those things happened to me, I'll admit. The whole reason Critical Role did inspire me to get into Dungeons and Dragons a lot. So, but I'm happy about that. So,
I actually really never heard of Critical Role until you guys introduced it to me.
Well,
it's really good. I'm definitely more partial to the Adventure Zone, but
yeah, again,
because they're goofy.
Oh, I love the Adventure Zone.
Did you guys ever watch Harmon Quest?
Yes.
Yeah,
Harmon Quest is
recommended.
Harmon Quest is a little too much for me. It's a little too weird and too.
I enjoy it because of the animations that go with it. I find that really pleasing.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you guys for another great week. Simon, thank you again for DMing.
Of course.
Thank you guys for watching. And as always,
You
nerd it here
Nerd it here
first.
first.